We are live.
Raven, the G and Joe, one third of the tribe.
Sam, the legend behind the check-in.
If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
You might wanna buckle up, baby.
I got a really good feeling about this.
We are live. Guys, I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Raven GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And this is our Star Wars story review.
What?
Get me. It's been 6 months since the last Star Wars movie.
I was just about to say that.
6 months.
Jesus.
Get me. Bro, it came out what? Last Jedi came out in December, innit? That's 6 months.
Keep up, Sam. Keep up, Sam.
So I think this is the first time 2 Star Wars movies have come out in the space of 12 months before. Get me. Like, we're living in an amazing time.
Well, what about Rogue One? Did we have to wait a whole year?
That was a year.
It was a year. Yeah, but in the same 12 months. That was December to December, innit?
Oh, okay. And this one was like 6.
Get me.
Alright, cool.
So, alright, let me jump into this real quick. Alright, so Han Solo, a Star Wars story, directed by Ron Howard, produced by Kathleen Kennedy, written by father and son duo Jonathan and Lawrence Kasdan, is starring Alden Eckelwright, I always get his name wrong, Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover, Paul Bettany, music by John Powell and John Williams. Well, I think it's got the original Han Solo theme in it. That's done by John Williams.
Yeah.
Right, this music, the majority of it's done by John Powell.
The same John Williams that Sam's not going to see perform at the Royal Albert Hall, yeah?
That would be the same
Is that
John.
the same John, yeah?
That would be the same John.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
This movie was released on May 25th, 2018, and its budget is around $250 million.
Mad.
All right, so before we go into the review, let me give you guys. Let me just throw the story out to you guys. All right, so young Han Solo finds adventures when he joins a gang of galactic smugglers, including a 196-year-old Wookiee named Chewbacca, indebted to a gangster called Dryden Voss. The crew devises a daring plan to travel to the mining planet Kessel to steal a batch of valuable coaxium.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on this thing right now. In need of a fast ship, Solo meets Lando Calrissian, the suave owner of the perfect vessel for the dangerous mission, the Millennium Falcon, and it goes from there. All right, so
Man is suave, you know. Is suave.
Let's just jump into this review, yeah. So let's start with the story. Like, generally, guys, what do you think of the story in this movie?
Oh, Sam is the new. How would we say? Is the new.
What's the funny one to Sith?
Is it apprentice?
Yeah. To a Sith, it's an apprentice.
It's the new apprentice. You just start watching
Clone Wars.
Yeah. Disc 2.
It's true. How many days did that take you?
I think a week.
Cool.
So yeah, the story, Solo, a Star Wars story. So I do like the whole, like, it's like a version of how we got to see where Han Solo began.
Mm-hmm.
So where he got his blaster from, where he met Chewie, where he kind of knew his first love or whatever that is, and how we actually got to meet the Millennium Falcon and Lando. So all that coming together, I was like, that's not a bad story how we actually got to see how this actually kind of began. But for me at the same time, it's also too much. At the same time, it's like, why is it all in the space of one adventure? This guy does like almost everything.
Can I jump on it next year? So story-wise, let me break like the actual story of Han Solo getting kind of pulled into this mission because he wants to get back to his home world to find Emilia Clarke's character, his love or whatever, his girlfriend or whatever, yeah. And like the adventure he goes on, like where they've got to steal from these people to get to these people, that I like that story. I like the heist element to the movie. Everything I don't like about the story is everything you said. I don't like this is how he gets his gun. I don't like this is how he meets Chewbacca. I don't like this is how he gets the Millennium Falcon. Like, these are all things that, firstly, just shouldn't happen in your one movie. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like doing a Batman movie where he gets all the gadgets in one movie.
Can you imagine that?
Bro,
That would be like, okay, no, sorry,
yeah.
no,
So that's what I didn't like about the story. What I do like is the actual
adventure.
Yeah, I like the adventure they go on. I don't like those things because I felt like there was just a bit shoehorned in at
There you go.
times. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like you heard Han Solo, so you like put this in, put that in, and this. He's done that. Don't forget this.
Yeah. See, but the thing what I think is interesting about it is if I'd never watched Star Wars before and I watched this, I'm sure I might not feel that way because I don't know how iconic these things become later on in life. Do you know what I'm saying? Because like, if let's say you've watched this movie, you've never watched another Han Solo movie, and he throws in the DL-44, you're just going to be like, oh, he just threw him a regular gun. Do you know what I'm saying? You don't know that gun goes on to murder like 100,000 people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, or you don't know that ship becomes like the most iconic ship in the Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that if you don't have this knowledge, but I do have this knowledge, and I'm just like,
well, so should everyone that goes to watch this movie. I mean,
not everyone, man.
I mean, come on, it's a side story. It's not episodes. So majority of people are actually going to spend their time watching this movie are Star Wars fans. You know what I mean? If it's a new episode, then obviously you get one or two jumping on the bandwagon. But for this particular type of movie,
see,
like
You always get newcomers though.
yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the only reason I disagree with you, because I think this whole Star Wars story thing is to get new audiences in. Because, like, let's say you've not watched any Star Wars, Rogue One is a good movie to start to be the first movie you ever got introduced to Star Wars, and then maybe this one is as well if you know nothing about Star Wars.
Yeah, okay, I can give you that. Maybe because of Han Solo and he's an iconic character. But me, okay, so the story for me, I like how the events ripple to what kind of draws Han into the lifestyle that way becomes to be. So obviously one event leads to another.
Yeah.
Again, like yourself and Sam, just too much being thrown out too quickly. Nothing's by accident. Everything just seems to be like shoved down, our throats, and it's just like it's just there is no. I love this. I always use this word, but value. Like there's no value in that. You know what I mean? Like you're just sitting there. We sat through there, and it's just like I don't think one bit at any point I was like gassed for a specific scene, item that is legendary. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna
Go on.
You said gassed, didn't it? So
gassed.
Urban Dictionary time. Gassed. The expression of being gassed means to be excited. You know what I'm saying? So if you, if you just watched a trailer that you really, really liked and you really enjoyed, you are gassed about it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're super excited about it. That's what gassed means. Urban Dictionary closed.
By the way, we've done gas before.
We have, but I don't know. New viewers.
You just want me to
New
do,
viewers.
You just want me to do more editing in it. That's all. But that's cool. So, but the story itself is it's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. It wasn't something that pulled me, and it didn't kind of fail for me.
Alright, cool. Alright, let's get to acting, isn't it? So, Raven, you start on acting. What do you think?
Acting. Acting. I think Donald Glover probably was the guy who shined the most, I guess. Emilia Clarke as well, but other than that,
Sam, you want to go?
acting.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go with Donald Glover. He is charismatic, anyways. Like that's how he is personality-wise. So it kind of shines through in his acting. So don't know if he's acting or not, but that's how he is. And for me, Woody Harrelson as well. Like his character, it was pretty decent. Like it kind of whatever he says, it kind of always kind of came true. Kind of came to part. Obviously, there were problems with Alden. How do you say Echo, right? Yeah, so obviously they were saying that he was going to have a problem and he needed acting lessons. He was like, he alright. Like, I didn't have any problems with him. Like, most of these scenes, he actually held down the scenes he was in. Like, I never thought, oh, he's taking me out. I don't think he's hands-on and stuff like that. So he was quite decent. Emilia Clarke.
Thank you. Please.
Right.
Please say. Because when he just said what he said about her, I was like, I don't know what he was watching.
Right. I was hoping because most of the cast was decent, but then there were some scenes I was like, she belongs in EastEnders because her expressions was like the same expression you'd see.
Open that dictionary.
Urban Dictionary.
It's not even an urban.
It's not Urban Dictionary, but it's just a UK thing. So EastEnders is like a weekly sitcom that comes on television every day that notoriously has bad actors in it. Yeah, is it?
What? Is this the bad name you're giving
EastEnders? The thing of the UK.
I mean, I know where it is, but this is the flagship of
I'm trying
soap, and this is what you're promoting out to the world. Yeah, I'm not involved in this. Is that a disclaimer on that?
I'm
not for a disclaimer on that. Yeah, I'm not involved in this.
Disclaimer.
I'm not for a
You're for the disclaimer on that as well.
You said that.
I'm for the disclaimer.
You just said okay. Alright, close the Urban Dictionary for a second. Let's sort this out. Yeah.
Right.
So you said Emilia Clarke was bad and belongs on EastEnders.
Yeah, because this is a Hollywood 250 budget movie.
Okay, so my point is, you're saying that she's not good enough to be in that. She has to be in EastEnders.
Yes.
That means you're saying that the cast of EastEnders.
Her level acting is for television. Not bad acting.
Alright.
Okay,
I'm going to squash all of this. So, disclaimer, guys. Disregard everything we just said about EastEnders.
Don't we be?
Regard everything the Cyberners just said about EastEnders and Emilia Clarke's acting. Sam, do you know what I should have done? Yeah, I should have just disclaimed you instead of trying to put it into an Urban Dictionary. I tried to help you out, and then man turned on me. Man turned on me. Alright, go on. You finish. You keep talking about Emilia Clarke.
I'll run that thing back. She had expressions that were so bait that you was like, I know what's going to happen next. And it kind of happened next. So I was like, what are you doing? Like, no one else had those kind of things going on. So I was like, you're kind of just obvious. So,
but didn't we kind of had that feeling throughout most of the movie though, that what was coming next? I didn't feel that was just her.
The movie does do that though. But with her, you kind of knew, like, especially near the end. She had so many expressions, you're like...
I felt it was...
Oh, yeah.
I felt it was across almost everyone, to be honest.
Can I jump in on my acting? My acting. So, obviously, Donald Glover led the way. Who was also good? Chewbacca. You lot are being mad disrespectful because Chewbacca was the second best actor in this movie. Get me? He wasn't. What was wrong?
Chewbacca felt like Chewbacca, isn't it?
Yeah, fam, bro. I thought that man did a legit job, bro.
Because you can't go wrong with Chewbacca, though, can you?
No, you can. You can.
Can you get a bad Chewbacca?
I feel like you can, innit?
Have you seen a bad Chewbacca?
I haven't seen him because he's... Please stop saying man's name in front of Anyway, yeah. So look, well, I thought Chewbacca was legit anyway, you get me?
Cool.
Do you know who I think wasn't legit? I hate to say it, but Vision, Paul Bettany, bruv, allow it. Like, man was just, I felt like he just overacted. Like, I felt like man was too deep in it. Man was in a different movie at points. I was just like, I get that you're a bad guy, yeah, but allow it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing too much. He was doing too much. Emilia Clarke, this might become a thing, innit? Because I just don't think I like her as an actress. I just don't think she's good, fam. Like, the same thing she was doing in Terminator Genesis is the same thing she's doing in here. Like.
See, maybe that's why you're picking, because I don't even remember.
Bro, you've got a bro.
I don't even remember.
She's the main character in that movie.
I probably didn't watch it then. I don't know.
Anyway, like, I just felt like her acting was kind of stiff, kind of dry, kind of predictable, but like not even believable predictable. Like when she's all looking in Han Solo's eyes, I never felt any connection between them two.
Yeah.
When she turned.
She was so icy.
Yeah.
She was mad at
like when there's certain scenes at the end. I don't want to spoil anything. There's certain scenes at the end where she's making decisions, and it's like, yeah, we know what you're gonna do. Yeah. And then after she does that, now we know what you're gonna do after this as well. Yeah, like it's kind of obvious. So yeah, just to reiterate what Sam said. terrible as well. Get me. Let's move on. Let's get over to the production stuff like that. Can I start the production?
Go ahead.
Go on in.
Alright, production. Star Wars movie, innit? Everything's high level, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Looks amazing. Cinematography's amazing. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. The visual effects are good. Now, there's one thing that I didn't like, that was the music.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, so, let me explain.
Right.
Now, if this is not a Star Wars movie, I think the music's cool. But the music never made me feel like I was watching a Star Wars movie. If you get Star Wars has a specific sound, and this sound from the beginning was like off or different. Like it was trying to be Star Wars, but it wasn't Star Wars. Like you'd hear little Star Wars beats in there, but the music wasn't Star Wars for me.
It was just off key.
It felt a bit weird. That so that was it for me. But production, I'll give a thumbs up overall. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, with me, there's a few scenes I picked up that I wasn't very impressed. Right at the beginning, mad glares on the screen. I don't know how you guys missed it. Literally, there's like one big on the left-hand side corner, and then as soon as they move again, now there is two massive ones. I don't know how you guys missed that.
Do you know what?
But the second time you watch it, you're going to pick that and you're going to be like, oh my God, what is that? Bro, it just made no sense why there was glare there, fam. I know there was like a bit of sunset in the background, but it made no sense. Like, the glare is in front of them, bro. Sunset's behind you. Did you man not pick that up?
Nah, bro.
Crazy. And there's another bit as well. There's some, I think it's the first time when, what's that, the girl with the mask, forgot the name.
The one at the end?
Yeah, when they first fight at the beginning, when she comes through, does the moves. They're mad blurry because the whole Sparks thing.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like that's hurting my eyes. Like since when Star Wars does that? Another thing is, like you said, Joe, the sound, the score. No, so, like it just didn't feel like in space. It was okayish, but there wasn't like even the whenever he was driving or something. Even then, it didn't capture me like I thought he would, like the trailers did. You know what I'm saying? I thought we're gonna see Han Solo piloting. This is the thing. This is one of the things that they pinpointed so much in the trailers, and man barely got it. It's like almost forced. He was almost forced into the seat, like sitting in the pilot sort of thing, instead of man just organically becoming that guy. Even though I want to be that guy, but where was the process for you to become that guy? Or all of a sudden I'm just there. Yeah, I understand that. You know, we saw what you went through. But we missed that. Where's the training bit? Where's this? Where's that? Didn't get that. So everything is rushed. And yeah, to be honest, not too happy with production.
Wow.
Not for Star Wars. And Rogue One's a side story and it bangs.
I would check the budget on that movie actually, because the budget on this is kind of crazy because, like you're saying, the cinematography, the way everything was shot, it looked like super crisp for me, especially just like the space scenes and stuff. When they're in like the Millennium Falcon, it all looks nice. I thought the score was alright, but then like you said, there were certain scenes where you'd think the score would match like what's going on the screen. Like that never actually, when you guys actually talk about it, it never actually really happened, so you don't really feel any of that tension. So I guess that kind of, and for me as well, there were some parts where the script kind of fell off, and I was like, this doesn't seem as, not complex, but like well thought out for the kind of conversations they're having. So I don't know if it was actually what do we call it when you like free flow in acting? Improvised. Yes, I don't know if that was improvised or if it was also the script, but that was kind of weak for me. So
do you know what I love? Yeah, hearing Raven talk about the production is changing my mind because it's making me remember stuff. You're talking about on the train, mad shaky cam during the fighting, and I was like, what is going on here? When you said this is not Star Wars, bro, do you not remember like on the train, like the battle seemed mad weird. Like it was like the camera was too close or the camera was too far away. You couldn't really see what was going on unless they were shooting blasters. I didn't like that. I remember what you're talking about. The scenes that you think might have been improvised. I think it was actually just bad editing. Like you know how they said like they reshot lots of the movie. I thought that there was parts where something was going on and then they cut and it was like a different tone. Like there was a cut and it was telling a joke. and then it cut away from it, and I was like, that is weird. Do you know what I'm saying? So visually, it looked like all the other Star Wars movies, but I think on the editing, sound, production side of it, it is a par below the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? And that's being nice.
The only thing I liked was the
title screen.
not
Even that was changed. What was that about?
The filter for it.
Oh,
The color of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What do you mean the title screen
You
change?
know, it goes in the galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
Afterwards, there's no scroll. Even in
No.
Rogue One.
Yes, a side
Or
story.
even in Rogue One, it doesn't scroll.
No. There's no scroll now. Okay, that was one thing I did like about this year.
Ooh, yeah.
That's what I did like about this.
That
So
was peak.
they did in the galaxy far, far away, and then instead of scrolling, they just had text, dialogue, boom, 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 and then it had the title come through. I thought that was good compared to what they did in Rogue One, where it was. Did it say in Galaxy Far, Far Away?
Yeah.
It said that, and then it just went boom into the movie,
right.
and then it had like a little beginning scene. Then it said Rogue One. So I like this intro better.
What do you guys think? So you had the intro. I don't know about you guys, but reading that intro, the dialogue was like, "Wow, we're in for something."
Oh yeah.
And then,
yeah.
and then the movie man's like, "Fam, you said something at the beginning. Where is that?" Like,
That's the thing.
It
That
just sounded,
beginning
it
scene,
sounded
though.
so good. It sounded
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Like everything that's going on, like all the. We didn't even get to see the underworld like that, fam. We just saw some. This is worse than this is a rip off of what do you call it? Twist. What's his name? Oliver Twist.
Do you know what? Yeah. I don't even want to get deep into that, but yes, what you're saying. No. What you're saying is the truth. Like all this text is like, oh yeah, sounds really good, and then they just that text is then we're past that whole part after the first 2 minutes of the movie, and then that text then later means nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
All right, let's move on from production.
I was going to say, one more thing.
Yeah.
There was one more thing that you guys were saying that how like bad how it was like because it was sparks and stuff. The first few scenes, I couldn't watch it because of the spark. It was just black.
Bruv,
it was sparks.
I'm telling you,
Sparks. I couldn't watch it.
You're right.
Yeah, that was really bad.
What the hell?
I don't
can't even keep up with
I
that.
don't remember that scene.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's go on to general thoughts. Raven, let's start with you.
General thoughts. My general thoughts.
Do you want me to come back to you?
No, man. Let me
Ting,
because it's something that needs to be said, innit? But like,
Oh wow!
but like, don't.
I feel a disclaimer coming.
No, it's not. It's
That
not a
is so
disclaimer. It's not a
good.
disclaimer. It's definitely not a disclaimer, bro. But I just felt wronged. I felt wronged, and this is my. Don't take this 100% because we just literally came back from the cinemas and I will be going tomorrow to watch again. But I just felt wrong because the way the movie just went on about it didn't deliver for me, and then what he did at the end. Don't do them things, fam.
I thought he was going to say a lot of people died.
Don't. Nah, you know what? I didn't even care about whether people died like that. You know what I mean? It's just don't do them things in it. That's me personally. Don't do them things in it because man shed a tear, and this movie does not deserve them things there in it.
Alright, so my general thoughts on the movie are: I felt like this was a huge disappointment. I felt going into this movie, I had low expectations, and I thought that because of my expectations were low, my mind would get blown. Instead, my low expectations was right. Like there's not much that's good about this movie. The action's not great for a Star Wars movie. Like you don't really connect with the characters. To be honest, this movie has made me more confused about who the Han Solo character himself is, because there's things that happen in this movie that I'm like, oh, so I don't want to spoil certain things, so I can't say it, but like this just doesn't make sense to me. Like I need to go and watch the other Star Wars movies again and be like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm saying? Are you just repeating the same mistakes you made in the past? Do you know what I'm saying? So like it just didn't deliver, and it spoiled certain things for me that was iconic. The Kessel Run. It was a good scene in the movie, but it's something I didn't need to see.
It didn't make you jump.
It wasn't something I needed to see. And then like yeah, him getting the gun, the way him and Chewie met, like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, these are just things that I felt like they could have just showed a story of Han Solo doing a mission, as opposed to we need to show you every iconic scene in Han Solo's life before he gets to Episode 4.
Sorry, let me jump on that. But was anyone confused or felt like it was an accident when he spoke in Wookiee?
See,
all of a sudden, man, just
what I thought happened. What I thought was
bird gang.
I thought he just screamed, didn't it?
That's what
I thought he just screamed,
bro.
and then I was like, oh, man's actually talking Wookiee, and it's like, bro, I don't feel like
since when have we?
And then they try to cover it up and being like, oh, I speak a little bit, fam. We've seen you in 5 other movies, bruv. Man, you never said a word of Wookiee, fam. We know you understand it, fam.
Never.
But anyway, Sam, get on your general thoughts, fam.
General thoughts are: I was expecting action, heist, high octane movie.
Fast and Furious.
Is that it? Basically,
But Star Wars. No, bruv, I'm being serious. That's what
like you guys saying, this was like, Sam, are you going to expect this? And I was like, no, because the trailer showed this, and this. They got none of that. Like all the spaceship scenes, they've got a sprinkle of those, and it was a sprinkle in the movie. The high scenes, like, is it the planning? Dead. The extraction, dead, and then the deliverance, also dead. So that was a write-off. And then the action scenes as well, like, there was no tension. Also, we know Han Solo is going to be in future movies. He was wise until episode whatever. But then those ones, they're like, oh, they made it. Yay.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah. After you said that, Sam, I felt like I held back on my review, innit? Because man, just dead. But yeah, just to throw another thing in for my general thoughts. Shout out to the 5 men who showed up to the midnight screening.
Yeah, there was like 6 of us in there still. And one thing that you did say, there's a scene right at the end of the movie that should not be in this movie. I thought, yeah, like 100% like they didn't earn it, they didn't deserve it. And when you guys see it, you will know exactly what we're talking about. Alright, so let's get to our rating, innit? So I'm just gonna start with me, innit? I'm giving this a 2 sofas out of 5. I just don't think it's great. Like, I don't. It's barely good to me. So 2 out of 5.
I was going to say a 2.5. It's just meh all the way through. Nothing's surprising. Nothing's out there. Production's alright. It looks great, but that's like saying you sprinkle like glitter on the turd and expecting something else. Just
So
saying.
man's not going to get a disclaimer. If it was me, you'd be going crazy right now. Disclaimer.
How was that a disclaimer? That's a good description of the movie, fam. If that's what he feels about the movie, how's that a disclaimer?
It's a turd, isn't it? So,
Bruv, can you give your rating, please?
Yeah, it gets a 2 for me.
Alright, guys, so we've given Han Solo Star Wars Story 2 out of 5. What you guys need to do, jump in the comment section below and let us know what you think about the movie as soon as you've seen it. I don't know, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds.
I'm Raven, your GM.
I'm sad, Mr. Blitz
And
Tech.
we'll see you on the next trailer reaction, movie review, nerd banter, mailbag, live stream, anything. We're out. Peace.
So is that like actual thing? Sprinkle.
That might be like, I don't know, man. I don't know when he comes up with these things, man.
Is that
Sprinkling glitter on the turd.
Eat it.